Hey guys, I hope you're doing good. I want to make this video because I want to make something really crystal clear to everybody. It's so important. It's important for every one of us. This election is not about Democrat or Republican or any of those things. I grew up as a Democrat my whole entire life. My stepmom is Barbara Streisand, for God's sake. There's nobody more liberal than that. I mean, I grew up as a liberal, you know, and in my day, back in the day, liberals were people who wanted, Democrats were people who wanted to help the people, you know, equality for all, women's movement, civil rights movement, all of these things, which are amazing, good things, and all life deserves that. But something has happened along the way where this other side, I swear to you, has been co-opted by darkness. I'm telling you, an ancient evil. I know it sounds ridiculous and crazy, but we are in a time period now. We are in a time period of judgment from God, and I am not a religious person. I never was into the Bible or any of those things. But we have to understand that we have been pulled into this pattern, this world that they've created from the virus. This virus, yeah, I know it's real, but it's not what they're saying it is. But it was meant to crash our economy and set a pattern of control for us to get used to this life with no life, with no freedom, with no, you know, being locked down, and all of these things. And this election, this Donald Trump versus this other guy, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, like him or hate him, I don't necessarily like the guy, but the bottom line is this person, for whatever reason, is about keeping our world free and opening our world back up, getting our lives back to where they were. And this other side, my friends, is about these lockdowns never ending and only getting worse. And forced vaccination is already happening in this world in different places, and that is what's coming from this side. You have to understand something. Darkness, evil, the devil, however you want to call it, has basically gone into bed with this other side, this liberal side. And what better to fool humanity than to make a partnership with the quote-unquote peacemakers of the world. And I'm sure there are some good people in this other side, but I'm telling you right now that if this other side actually wins and gets in, it is the end of everything that we know about life, about being free, about having a life, about anything that has to do resembling anything that we love, and way more worse. And this is not just an election. This is basically a line in the cosmic sands of, do we get to have our lives back and live free and choose and vote and however we want to live, or are we basically being ushered into a world that is owned by darkness? And this is the reason why these angels are here, and all these beings are here for me, but also for all of us. But basically I'm noticing them and I'm in relationship with them, but I've been tasked to basically tell people, hey, they're here for you to get to know them. Pay attention, because there is a war happening for human choice. It is a war happening between God and the devil, and it is biblical 1000%. And we have to choose God. However we perceive God, we have to choose that relationship. We have to reach out to these beings and these spirits and these angels if we want to, or choose God in another way. But we have to make a choice about being free, about choosing freedom, about supporting each other, about fighting off these lockdowns, about fighting off these masks and all of these different things. Because they're setting a pattern here. I'm telling you, it's not just rhetoric. It's not just rhetoric. They're ushering in a new normal for us to get used to this control. and this separation and not being with family and destroying the family and destroying human connection and destroying churches and other places of worship and other religions, destroying that connection with God, because it's ultimately about destroying anything that is God-given, that is created, sprung forth from God, that is owning human choice. Because they have to get us to acquiesce, have to get us to choose these things, because that is the ultimate sort of covenant laid down by God at the beginning of all beginnings, between dark and light, that all this battle, this plays out in the battlefield of human consciousness and perception and choice. And we have to say no to all of this. And you know what? So hard to explain all of this to you guys, because I know what it sounds like from me. I know I sound like a fucking lunatic, but I'm not. We are in a biblical time. God is real. Angels are real. Spirit is real. We are connected naturally to God and to angels and to spirit, etc. And this darkness is coming into this world, and the voter thing is absolute fraud. I mean, the fraud, the virus fraud, I mean, yeah, it's a real virus, but it's not what they meant. It's not what it's meant to be, the death of all deaths. There are millions starving to death, not from caused by a virus killing them, but by the lockdowns. All of this is a creation. And it's about fear, and it's about getting us to choose separation, getting us to choose to disconnect from each other, getting us to take these vaccines. Anyway, I'll get back to you on this.